All right, what's going on, guys? I'm actually really happy to see something like this happen because it gives me a little bit of hope for this world, man. You know, we all see the direction society has been heading for like the last 5 to 10 years, and I think it's finally reached the point where they're just starting to do too much, right? And the people are going to start pushing back. It's honestly nice to see, you know, they're just doing too much. A line has to be drawn somewhere with all this stuff, right? So let me just read this tweet real quick and then we can get into it. So yesterday, Bungie posted this on Twitter. Being Latin AEOX is more than just a location on a map, just as being Hispanic is more than the language we might speak. We are proud to introduce our newest idea, Latin at Bungie, and it has some link. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think anybody clicked that link after reading this tweet, but as you can see, it has a lot of engagements on it. 7.4 million views, 7,000 replies. You know, a lot of people were drawn to this tweet, and it wasn't because of video games, obviously. I actually can't believe they haven't deleted it yet, or at the very least posted some sort of follow-up tweet or said anything about it. Maybe they will by the time I upload this video, but actually I'm not sure if they will, because as of right now they're just hiding all the replies that they don't like, and they're not even like rude or negative replies. Some of them are just fair criticism and they're just hiding the replies. Don't ever hide replies. That is really stupid. Like, if you don't like the replies, they're bothering you on a tweet or whatever, just delete the tweet. Hiding the replies only makes people more curious and more likely to click on it and see what was being said, and I think it makes you look really bad as well, especially when it's not even like anything crazy in the replies. If it's something like absurd in the replies, you know, sometimes you do not want to check hidden. Okay, I've seen some horrible things in hidden, right? But in a situation like this, when it's not like that, you just look really bad when you hide the replies. Regardless, let's talk about the actual content in the tweet. Very obvious attempt at some woke virtue signaling nonsense type behavior, whatever. I don't know what you want to call it. First of all, stop posting shit like this if you're a company, right? Like, you're Bungie, post about your video game content, right? Nobody cares what Bungie thinks on any other topic other than the video games that they make. And that goes for pretty much any company out there. Just talk about your products or services. All this other shit you want to put out there, it's only gonna hurt you. It's just really stupid to do that. Second of all, the post itself is ridiculous, right? They posted Latin / A, E, O, and X. I've never even seen the fucking E before. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I don't even know what that is. Like, Latini? I don't know what the hell that is. I've never heard that before and never seen that before. They must have just came up with that one. I'm not up to date. But the real problem here was the X, because I'm sure a lot of you probably already know. There's probably some people that don't know, but nobody fucks with the whole Latinx movement. Actually, I don't even know how you're supposed to pronounce it. Is it Latinx or Latinx? I'm gonna say Latinx. I don't know. I've only ever seen it online. I've never actually heard it said by anyone, and especially in real life. That's kind of crazy, right? Like, I live in Texas and I've never heard anyone claim Latinx. That says a lot, right? More importantly than the fact that nobody uses it, the actual Latino people themselves hate this word, right? If you go check the hidden replies, a majority of them are so disrespected by this. They're saying that they would rather you call them a racial slur than call them Latinx. Like, they find this more offensive. Some people were even saying they consider this itself a slur, right? Like, it was pretty much like a 99% disapproval of this word, and it's coming from the actual community of people themselves that this post was, I don't know, virtue signaling to or whatever, right? I mean, it's just kind of common sense if you have a little bit of education. I took Spanish in school, right? So I know a little bit of Spanish. The first thing you learn is the importance of the O and the A. O for masculine, A for feminine. That might be like the most important aspect of the language. Like, it just doesn't even work without that fundamental thing, right? To try to replace that with an X is crazy. And it goes deeper than that, right? Like, it's considered disrespectful because, like, you as like an outside person are trying to like replace their culture, their heritage, their language with your own spin on it, and it comes off as like disrespectful, right? But besides all that, forget about all that, right? That might be too complex for the people over at Bungie. All they had to do though was take this post, run it by an actual Latino or Hispanic person, and they would have corrected it, and they could have fixed the post, and there would have been no problems, right? Because clearly they did not do that. In fact, I do have some evidence on the type of people who are working at Bungie who came up with this idea. Disclaimer, it's exactly the type of person you might expect. And also, I'm gonna be very kind here because I really could say a lot more than I'm about to say, but I'm gonna let the evidence do the talking on this one because I feel like the pictures are gonna do the point justice on their own. I don't really have to add too much. Let me read this tweet right here. Proud to have been a part of founding this new idea association at Bungie. I'm gonna censor the username. Nobody go bother this person. It's just to prove my point, okay? Now you might be wondering who this person is, right? They were one of the people who came up with this idea. Well, I went to their bio. Their bio says that they are a senior publishing producer at Bungie, along with some other interesting information. But after seeing that information, along with their profile picture, I think we all understand the point that I'm trying to make here, right? I mean, it seems like maybe you were trying to do a good thing here. Honestly, actually, I kind of want to take that back a little bit, because if your intentions were truly honest and you were trying to do like a nice thing or whatever, I don't feel like you'd be hiding the replies. I feel like you would have either deleted it or, you know, made a correction to it or said something about it. But hiding the valid criticism of it kind of gives mixed signals here. It kind of feels like you're just saying like, no, we're right, it doesn't matter what you're saying, even though the people that are saying something are literally the demographic that you're targeting, right? Like, they have the most say, you know what I mean? It just doesn't really make any sense. It was just a very socially unaware post. And I would say you learned your lesson, but apparently not until you apologize or correct it at the very least, or delete the tweet or do something. But just some friendly advice, you know, in the future, if you're going to have some sort of project about a specific group of people, maybe try having some of those people involved in it so they could point you in the right direction. I think that makes a lot of sense. Or at the very least, you could run it by some people in that community before you just post it publicly for everyone to see, just to make sure you didn't fuck up at all like you did in this situation. You know what I mean? Like, you know, maybe next time you want to speak on other cultures, let's try to have some melanin in the room. You can't just fill up a room full of Caitlyn Jenners and see what they come up with and throw it out there and expect the world to agree, man. You know, a little diversity could have gone a long way, you know, could have saved you a lot of trouble. But even more so than that, I have a great idea. How about we just post about video games? Wow, that's a crazy concept, right? You're a gaming company, post about your game. I genuinely do not care about your views on anything else. It's only gonna do more harm than good if you try to do other things, and I think the sooner more companies realize that, the better. So anyways, that's pretty much it for the video, man. I just thought that was a funny little situation. The replies are pretty hilarious, so I would recommend going on there and reading some of them. I can't post all these replies on the video. Some of them are a little wild, but it's pretty funny. It's a pretty general consensus on the situation that they were completely stupid for posting this tweet. It's pretty shocking to me that they haven't tried to fix it at all. That's the weird part to me. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, rating if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not already, follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Check out my last video if you missed it. I think by the time I post this, they're posting the multiplayer trailer for COD. So I don't have any thoughts on it yet, but I might make a video about that. Probably not. They're doing the actual reveal on Thursday. I'm gonna stream that in the morning. It's at like noon or something. I'm gonna stream that, and then I'm gonna be streaming the beta a lot. So we'll see how it goes. Y'all can come to the stream this weekend if you want to see the beta, see what's going on. But other than that, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day and peace out.